What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to some more videos, and we're going to be talking about Blazblue Cross Tag Battle. And I had the pleasure to go out to Anime Ascension myself and play the build of Blazblue Cross Tag Battle as of right now with the English dub and everything. I'll be talking about my whole feelings, the mechanics, the characters, the intros, the dubs, all that stuff we're going to be talking about in this video, of course. And I played a lot of Blazblue Cross Tag Battle, man, like a ton of it. I cannot believe how much I played. There was so many setups and so many PS4s with Blazblue Cross Tag Battle in it that I was just shocked. I thought it was just going to be like 3 or 4 setups and that's it, but no, literally every setup had Blazblue Cross Tag Battle, so I had the chance and the opportunity to play the game a ton, and I'm really happy I did, because I got a nice grasp as to how the game kind of feels as of right now before the game releases, and also some of the characters that are in the build right now that are looking really strong, and some of them that aren't looking as good but still pretty viable. First of all, let's start off by talking about the intros, the presentation, and of course the English dub. And I think that's what most people really wanted to hear out of this build, is the English dub for characters that don't really have an English dub in their respective games, like the UniST cast and also S from Blazblue Central Fiction. Blazblue Central Fiction never got an English dub, so people were really curious as to who was going to voice her and how she was going to sound like and such. And the same goes for the UniST characters, like I said before. So first of all, let me give you my respective feelings on the actual dub. I think the dub sounds really good. I find Hyde's voice to be pretty main character-ish, if I could say that correct. He sounds just like Narukami. Just like him. He sounds like a main character. I mean, he doesn't sound super like screaming all the time, but he just sounds decent, you know. I don't mind it at all. It's pretty basic, it's pretty nice, nothing too spectacular about it, but I found it very, you know, it sounds pretty good. Lynn's is pretty awesome as well. I like Waldstein's too. Waldstein's, I don't know, I like Waldstein's a lot because I always like the whole grouchy, raspy voice that they gave Waldstein in his Japanese dub, and they gave him something similar in his English dub, which I'm a big fan of, actually. So Waldstein sounds really good, and also Gordeau sounds pretty decent. The only thing I don't like about Gordeau, by the way, is the way he says Grim Reaper is not loud enough, man. You need to turn the volume up on his Grim Reaper. I think the only way to buff, you know, his way of saying Grim Reaper is to turn on the Japanese dub so you can hear him say Grim Reaper, you know, like just with meaning. Anyways, I think the English dub for the UniST cast sounds great. S sounds one of the I don't know, something about S's voice that I mean, it's okay and it's what you really would expect from S, but I think there's a more of a human element in her Japanese dub than in her English dub. In her English dub, it really sounds super robotic and super monotone, which I get, it should be like that way, but I do like that the Japanese dub, it's not super robotic, it is monotone, but there's some sort of human element to her voice in the Japanese dub that I really like. It's not like, you know, like New 13 where it's just robotic. It's like a Japanese Siri, pretty much. It actually has some sort of a human element, like I was saying. I like it a lot with the Japanese dub, but the English dub is whatever. For the most part, I don't mind it. It's whatever. The UniST cast sounds great. S sounds okay. It sounds pretty good. All right, so the dub, I think you're gonna have a good time. Now we're gonna need to see like the other characters as well, like Orie and Carmine, and possibly the future other UniST characters. Oh, and also like Jubei and other characters like that we never got to hear in BBCF. Now we can hear them in this game, so I'm really excited to see more of the dub. Another thing, of course, the intros. The intros I think look really great. Those intros are really what I really wanted from this game. I love the Chie Yukiko intro. I love the which is another one, the Waldstein Lin intro is great. I love it. At how they unify the two sprites into this one intro. I love it, man. I love unique animations to the intros, which is why I really like Ruby's intros. Like, for example, Ruby and Ragna, best intro by far, and I think a lot of people agree with me. The Chie Yukiko one's great. The Rachel Ruby one's great. The Hyde, there's a lot of dialogue as well that I really love. And who knows, maybe there's more intros out there that we missed from the build. I didn't get to get them all, but for the most part, I love the intros. The intros are a very nice touch. Also, the character select screen, there's something about the character select screen that still bugs me. I don't know if I've mentioned this before on YouTube, but I've been very open about this on Twitch and in my Discord, that I'm not a big fan of the character select screen because it looks so empty. it looks super empty, and I'm not a big fan of scrolling over to see more characters. I like all the characters to be on the same screen at all times. So when I see the character select screen, I can see all the characters. I don't have to scroll over to see other characters. I'm not a big fan of that, and I hope they change the character select screen. Mori has mentioned time and time again that he's going to be changing it. He didn't want it this way, and I agree with him, but I don't know if they're going to be changing it. So I hope they do in the future, because I really would like a different character select screen. Other than that, intros are great, dub is great, the character select screen is pretty meh, but for the most part, very good. All right, next up, let's talk about all the characters that I played with and all the characters that I played against, and my feelings on the characters, or the specific characters that I came across. So mostly this weekend I played 2 teams. I played Weiss and S, and I played Ruby and Noel. I think those 2 teams are pretty decent, pretty solid. So anyways, let's talk about the team that I used the most, which was Weiss and S. I wanted to use a lot of Weiss. I wanted to learn a lot of her stuff so I can, kind of explain a lot better. So with Weiss seems to be like the mid-range poking character, similar to maybe like Mitsuru in Persona 4. She has her jab, her 5A is really, really good. Like, wow, it's really fast, and it has a ton of range. Like, I was underestimating how much range this 5A had. It was so good. It could also lead to sweep, to combos, whatever. You can confirm very easily. Her 5AA, which is her auto combo, is not the best, because every time I hit people with my 5A and I went into the auto combo, they would be pushed out of the second hit of my auto combo, and it would whiff completely. So I was really annoyed by that. But for the most part, I think her regular 5A is really, really strong. So there's that, and also her special moves. She has a lunge, and she also has her projectiles. She has her regular projectile, which does take a bit to come out, but it does track. So if they try to run away, I think the icicle will hit. Now, you can avoid it, but it does have some form of tracking. With the projectile, you can also set up what's called a black glyph. I don't know what it's called really, but for the most part, what you do is you hold the projectile. Instead of releasing an icicle, it creates a black glyph. And what that does is when you lunge, or when you use, that little lunge that she does, and you hold it after she lunges, and then she does an additional attack, like a hopping attack. She jumps off of the black glyph, which was really cool. I was able to figure this out after I left Anime Ascension, so I wasn't able to get footage or anything of the sort for that, so I apologize for that. But I will hopefully get my hands on the game very, very soon, and I will be able to kind of get more footage of that mechanic. But I wasn't able to test it, but that is a thing with Weiss. With Weiss, I was also playing with S, and S is just like she was in Blazblue Central Fiction. She's pretty powerful in the neutral. She also has her fireball game. Her projectile game is the exact same as it was in Blazblue Central Fiction. She still has her light one, her heavy one. She can still make super fireballs. She can still throw out projectiles really fast. She can throw them out at angles in the air. Everything is the exact same with S. She has her anti-air, of course. Her 2C button is now her 2B, and also her crests are now in the B button. So 5B is 5D, and 5BB is 2D, which was crazy. So anyways, she also has her sweep and everything. She's still neutrally, I think, very good. She has a good anti-air. I think she's going to be very, very solid. All the S players that are coming over from Blazblue Central Fiction, I think, are going to be very happy with S. She's the exact same, really. So if you like that, hey, good to go. But for the most part, S is still very strong. Now, the next team I played was Ruby Noel, and Ruby seemed to be like the character that we played the most this weekend. That character was everywhere this weekend. Everybody was playing Ruby because of how, I think the reason why is because of how easy she is to pick up and how good she feels. I think they incorporated her into this game extremely well, and they captured her character very well in a fighting game format. She's super quick, very speedy, super mobile, long range with her scythe as well. She has crazy hitboxes, a crazy projectile with her sniper, or with her gun scythe. She has this projectile where she stands like a rifle and she shoots you, and it's super fast, and the hitbox is really nice too. So Ruby's very strong, overall very, very, very solid. She has great anti-airs, great range with her 5B. Her 5B is crazy. She has a lot of jump cancelable normals on block, which means she can move around. She can be really annoying, really slippery everywhere on the screen. She has command dashes in the air and on the ground that go everywhere in every direction. And depending on the straight, she's just nuts. Ruby is very, very solid. So if you're going to be a Ruby player, you're going to be really happy with her because she was a ton of fun to play with. Noel was the character that I was mostly interested in because she has very unique mechanics in terms of her drive and everything else. So I was really, really determined to see what the heck was up with Noel. And I found out that Noel is very, very good in this game. Let me tell you a couple of reasons why. Because she still has her 4D, which is the button that everyone hates to play against. She also has no recovery on her drive moves, which means that you can do 4D into 4D into 4D. So 6D like it was in Central Fiction. In Central Fiction, she had this move called that was 6D that would travel across the screen. It was head and body invul. You could only catch this move with it at the end of the animation or with a low. So that's the only way you could catch that move. It's the bane of everyone's existence. Everyone gets hit by it. In this game, it's not a low, but it does travel like almost full screen. But I thought that was nuts. But she still has her old 6D from Chrono Phantasma and from Continuum Shift, which is a low. And you can use her B button as the drive startup. So once you go into, like, of course you do 5B, which is her old 5D, and etc, etc. Once you go into the drive stance, that's when you can use A and C and B still to switch up your drives. Like, for example, if you go 5B and then 5C, then she'll do the overhead. If you do 5B into 2C, then she'll do the low. So you can still control your high-low mix-ups with Noel. So she's going to be very strong. She still has invul frames on specific moves, like 2D still has invul frames on her feet, 4D still has invul frames on her body, etc, etc. I cannot wait to play more of this character. I was doing some work with Noel. I was really happy with the outcome of Noel. She's still kind of wonky. She's still kind of interesting. You have to get used to Noel, but for the most part, I think Noel's going to be very good. As for the other characters I played against a variety of them. I played against Waldstein. I played against Yukiko, New 13, Azrael, Gordeau, Waldstein, Yosuke. I played against a bunch of them. A lot of people were testing out a lot of things. Now, there were some characters that really caught my eye as to, holy crap, these characters actually have some pretty dirty things. And those are characters like Waldstein, Gordeau, New 13, Yukiko. New 13 is really good because she has that zoning. And if you pair her up with the right assist or with the right partner, then she can be very dangerous, because I was playing against a character or a team of New 13 and Gordeau, and New 13 was, zoning me out with her daggers. And as soon as I got in or got close to her, all of a sudden Gordeau comes out with his Grim Reaper and puts me half or full screen away. It was nuts, man. I couldn't believe it. It was there's a lot of crazy antics and crazy tactics in this game. There's also other characters that I thought are going to be like really good was Yukiko, and I know that I'm aware that Yukiko wasn't really necessarily that strong in Persona 4, but they gave her a lot of tools in this game, including head invul on her 2B, which is her anti-air. From my understanding, she didn't really have a really good anti-air in Persona 4. But now they gave it to her in this game. Not just that, but her zoning is pretty good. Her fans have pretty decently sized hitbox. Also, her healing mechanic in this game is really strong, because her healing mechanic, which is her DP, she can heal up overall health, not red health, and she can do it as much as she wants, really. If she can find out a strategy, or if the opponent really lets her, she can heal up her whole health bar completely overall. Not just that, but her assists are really good, because it includes a Dia assist, or the healing assist, which is the it can heal up both your character that's out right now and Yukiko herself if she ever took any damage. So Yukiko is going to be really good. So, there's crazy combinations like that are going to be very strong. And there's also other characters that I found really good, like Waldstein. Oh my god, Waldstein is looking really good, because he has, the crazy long reach. He is going to have great crazy neutral. He's a grappler, so he has grabs, command grabs, of course. He also has mobility in this game, because for some reason the UniSC characters got way more mobility options than everybody. Because, in their game they don't really have too much mobility. So in this game they added that. So Waldstein not only has his, his hop, his air dash hop, but he also has a double jump, and he can backdash, or he can instant air dash backwards, which is, holy crap, I've never seen a grappler reach the top of the screen before in my life. That was crazy. So anyways, there's a lot of characters that are going to be really good. The mechanics in this game felt great. I really liked active switching in this game. I think I had a lot of fun using the active switch, which is when you throw out an assist and then you can leave them out there by pressing the tag button, and then your other character flies out of the screen. I thought that was great. It felt really good to do it in combos and also have cheeky ways to be able to tag out for your other character to rest up and recover health. I thought that was great. Like, for example, like Gordo can sometimes come flying out with a Grim Reaper, use the active switch, or you press the tag button, active switch, and now Gordo's out on the screen, and the other character that you were playing tags out while while Gordo comes in. So I thought that was great. It felt really good to be able to do that. It's a great mechanic and I really enjoy it. The burst mechanic is very interesting because it takes your 2 assist bars, and you need a lot of assist to be able to do a lot of things in this game. So if you don't assist in this game, you're playing this game wrong. So bursting kind of allows you to not, or doesn't allow you to do assists, or at least assist in pressure. You can still do assist in the neutral, so you won't be able to be pressing anything, nothing. So it has to be completely in neutral. You have to be standing still, not standing still, but you can't be doing anything else while you call an assist. So you can still do that, but you can't use it for pressure, which is what assists should be used for, and they're really fun to use as well. I really like the bursting in this game because the damage in this game is still pretty high, even though I don't think there's going to be one touch of death situations because of the scaling in this game. There's a lot of scaling in this game depending on how you start your combo. So because of that, there's burst in the game, so you can press the tag and the assist mechanic or buttons to be able to burst, and you have your other character come in. Now when your other character dies, you aren't able to burst, but you do have Resonance Blaze and such. Now another interesting mechanic is of course Resonance Blaze, like I was saying, and Resonance Blaze is, I think, is the one mechanic that I really think has time to expand and grow. Maybe they can put in new things, but I really wish they would be able to do something more with Resonance Blaze because it's very simple right now. The only thing that's really cool about Resonance Blaze is to be able to cancel specials into distortions. I really like that. The only character that can really do that is Terumi in Blazblue Central Fiction. So I'm really excited to be able to do that with other characters. Like for example with Gordo, he can Grim Reaper into Super when he's in Resonance Blaze, and he wasn't able to do that at all in his respective games. So I'm really excited to be able to use Resonance Blaze with specific characters. It's really, really cool. And but yeah, Resonance Blaze, the only thing that you can be able to do really is, health regen, which is always good. I think more attack, or just attack boost. I think more meter, of course, and also the whole I forgot about one thing. If your opponent has 2 characters and you are in Resonance Blaze, then the opponent cannot burst at all, which means that you can kill their character without worrying about them bursting while you are in Resonance Blaze, similar to Overdrive and Blazblue Central Fiction. So I thought that was really cool. Overall, I felt like this game is great. I really loved it. It blew a lot of expectations of mine, and I think it did the same with a lot of other people too. A lot of other people really enjoyed playing this game. They want to play more. They want to practice mode. They want more characters. They want to experiment more with a bunch of these characters that are already here, but we have to wait for the game to come out. But overall, I think the game felt great. Everything that I was theorizing in my head, and a lot of people felt like this too. A lot of things that I was theorizing in my head was actually coming to fruition on the screen. So I thought that was great. So you can very much freestyle this game. This game is very, very freestyle. Very much like a game where you can go by feelings. Like, all right, if I can kind of like freestyle this combo, I can, because this game is very free flow. I love it. It's great. It felt amazing. All the characters felt pretty good. They made the best out of the smart combo system, which is the auto combos. Now, I'm one of those people that, it could have been better without auto combos, of course. But with a game that has auto combos, I think this is the best system to do it as. They really maxed out the possibilities that you can do with smart combos in the game. So I'm really, really happy that this game feels this good. I think it just feels really good. I love it. I just want to play more of it. I was having a blast. I think I had more fun playing this game than I had with Dragon Ball FighterZ as well, because Dragon Ball FighterZ felt a little limited with terms of pressure, in terms of combos, of course. But this game, I think, has a lot of potential to do more. because we haven't even talked about, because that's because I haven't really done it, we haven't even talked about the cross assault system where you summon your other character and they can stay out there and do assist until the bar or the meter bar runs out. So that's another mechanic that we haven't even gone under, but that's because not a lot of people were doing it. We have to kind of figure it out more, but we'll talk about that some other time. For the most part, I think the game looks great. It really blew a lot of my expectations. I really wish I could have everybody watching this video play this game just to see how good it felt. It just felt great. It felt fun. All the characters, and I can't wait to see what they do with the other Ruby characters as well, because Weiss and Ruby felt great. I think they felt very close to their show counterparts, and they very much stayed true to their show. So I'm really happy, and I'm really excited to what they're going to be doing with Yang and with Blake and with maybe possible future characters down the line. So I'm very happy, very, very happy. Anyways, guys, that's pretty much all my feelings. Now, I might forget a few things here and there. If you guys have any questions, of course, feel free to hit me up on Twitter, or yeah, Twitter probably is the best way to do it. Of course, you can comment in the section below, and I'll see if I can address it in some way, one way or another. But for the most part, the game felt awesome. I really do recommend this game to anybody. This game is just a lot of fun, man. Like I said, follow me on Twitter if you guys want any questions answered or anything like that. Leave a comment in the section below. What do you guys think of this game with all the footage that came out during Anime Ascension, Sakura Con, and Anime Boston? What do you guys think of this game? Now, I know that there is still some people that are kind of skeptical about the game, but that's okay. But I can definitely tell that this game is super fun. I really had a lot of fun with it. Anyways, guys, take care, everybody. Subscribe to the channel for more Blazblue Cross Tag Battle, of course. We're almost there. It's just around the corner. 2 more months away we have this game. Anyways, take it easy, everybody. Have a good rest of your day.